Hi, Dr. Winbush with Sankofa Healing Arts and Functional Medicine back with another tool for the Energy Management for Empaths and Everyone Else toolkit. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how we work with pulling in our boundary and expanding it. And this is a good follow-on to the last video that I recorded about feeling into your boundary. So if you haven't watched that video, you may want to take a look at that. So this is best practice in an environment where you are feeling safe and because it consciously involves working with expanding your energetic boundary. And that's something that you might not wish to do if you are in an area where there's a lot of people around or in an environment that feels a little less than safe. So with that caveat, let's get started. You can do this seated, you could actually do this standing, you can do this when you're laying in bed at night, which is something that I enjoy doing and practicing before I go to sleep or when I wake up in the morning. So you're going to first imagine the boundary of your body. And again, that's just kind of the outline, almost like the silhouettes we used to draw on big paper when we were kids, but in 3D. All around your body and in very close proximity to your actual body, maybe just an inch or so away. And so as you imagine the boundary of your body, it's where you begin and the outside world ends. You might also notice a color that comes to mind for this boundary. And if you do, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. But once you have that sense of the boundary, you're going to work with, as you breathe out, imagining it expanding ever so slightly away from your body. At first, you might just move it out a foot and take a few breaths as you have moved it out into that expanded boundary. And then imagine with your mind drawing it back closer to you and working with that for a couple of breaths. And then you can begin to practice expanding that boundary of your body out. As it gets further away from your body, it's not going to be the outline of your body. It might just sort of be like a circle, but moving it out several feet and then feeling it come back closer to you. And over time, and you might take some time to do this, you might do it over a matter of days or weeks practicing, but you can continue to work with this practice to the point that you're able to expand your boundary to the dimensions of the entire room in which you're currently seated or lying down in. And expanding that boundary out and then bringing it back closer to you. And so why would we even work with this? One reason is that practicing this exercise and getting very good at expanding and contracting our energetic boundary kind of under our conscious command is a helpful skill to have. When we go into crowded environments, especially if you're an empath, they can be very draining. And one reason for that is because often, especially for empaths, our energetic centers are very open and our boundaries are maybe unconsciously expanded far beyond our body. And that then allows you to take in the energy of all of these other people who are in the space and to get kind of confused and overwhelmed by that energy. So as you start to work with your energy body, being able to expand and contract, and to also just notice in real time what you're feeling. If you find yourself in a situation where all of a sudden you're kind of feeling flooded or overwhelmed by a lot of these energies, you can kind of tap in or check in with where your energy body is, and then do what we have just been practicing, drawing it back closer to you. And you can even then learn to kind of prepare and do this proactively. So if you're about to get on a crowded bus or go into a crowded meeting or fair, you can do this ahead of time, and you can notice if it helps you to feel more contained and less drained when you come out of that space.